Okay, good morning to all of you. I'm Dr. Suchit Tripathi. Today we will discuss about federal system. As we have discussed in our lecture BCom Sem 5, it is third unit of BCom Sem 5 economics. So we will discuss federal system. Before federal system, we will discuss what type of structure. Basically, it is in our syllabus. There are two type of structure of all powers. So unitary structure and federal structure. So unitary structure क्या है? A system of political organization in which most or all of the governing power resides in a centralized government. That means only one power to impose and collect taxes and all political decisions also. Legislature also. Example, China, United Kingdom, France, Japan, and many more. While federal structure, it is just opposite of unitary structure. In federal structure, having or relating to a system of government in which several states form a unity but remain independent in internal affairs, like USA, India, Pakistan. That means बहुत सारे स्टेट्स मिलकर एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट बनाते हैं. मतलब स्टेट्स की अलग पावर्स है और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की अलग पावर है, बट they are unite also and they are independent in internal affairs also. So now we will study in detail what things we can see in federal system definition. Okay, so what is the meaning? In federal system, power is shared by powerful central government and the states and local governments. Okay, so it is compulsory for federal system. That means there is two powers. Okay, state or provinces, कोई भी राज्य या जो भी किसी का province हो. Okay, state or provinces are given considerable rule usually through their own legislature. जैसे कि हर एक स्टेट की इंडिया में विधानसभा, विधान परिषद वगैरह है. Like that. In a federal form of government, power is divided in between central government and a small division in India, like such as states. A document, it is also called in India, constitution, may describe the rights, responsibilities and duties of central government and states. So all these things, what are the rights of central and state, what are the responsibilities and what are the duties, we can describe by a Indian constitution. Central government can be powerful but does not have the ability to dissolve states or choose states leader. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट पावरफुल होती है बट वो स्टेट्स के इंटरनल अफेयर्स में इंटरफेयर नहीं कर सकती. दैट मीन्स उनको खत्म नहीं कर सकती या उनके लीडर को वो खुद से इलेक्ट या चूज नहीं कर सकती. Now we will see some of features of federal structure. In federal structure, we can see there are two or more levels of governments. Each level government has its own jurisdiction in matter of legislation, taxation, and administration, even though they govern the same citizens. जितने भी स्टेट्स हैं, सबके पास अलग अलग जुरिस्डिक्शन का मैटर होता है, लेजिस्लेशन का होता है, टैक्सेशन का है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का है, जबकि वो सेम कंट्री के सिटीजन्स हैं. Okay. Powers and functions of each tier of government is specified and guaranteed by Constitution. The Supreme Court has been power to settle disputes between states and government. Supreme Court. Okay, Supreme Court has been given power to settle dispute between state governments, state and central governments. Now, federal structure is based on some principles. Principles are first, division of power and function. इसमें पावर और फंक्शन, दैट मीन्स जो कार्य हैं उनके बीच में उसका डिवीजन होना चाहिए. Like in India, central government and state government. Supremacy of constitution. सुप्रीमेसी हमारे यहाँ इंडिया में जो सुप्रीमेसी होगी हर चीज के लिए, किसकी? इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की है. कि जो इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एक्सप्लेन करता है या उसको जो हम उसमें जो लिखा, दैट इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट यूनिट्स. जितने भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट यूनिट्स हैं सबकी अलग अलग इंडिपेंडेंस है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. उसमें कोई इंटरफेयर नहीं कर सकता है. एंड लास्ट, सुप्रीमेसी ऑफ जुडिशरी. हमारे यहाँ जुडिशरी की सुप्रीमेसी है, ना वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में है ना वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, वो अनबायस्ड है. कैसे? एग्जाम्पल, अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ एक्सप्लेन किया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को अपनी तरफ से, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ एक्सप्लेन किया अपनी तरफ से, तो दोनों में कौन सा सही है उसको कौन डिसाइड करेगा? वो है जुडिशरी. सो जुडिशरी will not be biased और वो दोनों को देखेगी. Okay. Provision. There is threefold distribution of legislative power between the union and state governments. The constitution contains three subject list. Okay. हमारे यहाँ basically threefold government है. Central government, state government and local government. और उनके लिए हमारे पास 3 सब्जेक्ट लिस्ट भी है, जैसे यूनियन और सेंट्रल लिस्ट, स्टेट लिस्ट एंड कंकरेंट लिस्ट. ओके, सो वी विल see what is union and central list and what are state and concurrent list. So first of all, central, it is also called union list. In this list, the areas are kept which is subject of national importance. On these subject, the union government alone can make laws on these subject. Union list consists of approximately 100 items, earlier 97, on which the parliament has exclusive power to legislate. उन पर वो खुद से legislation कर सकते हैं. Some of them are defense, foreign affairs, banking, currency, communication, and many more. Okay, this is the most important subject of national importance. Okay, on which only central government can make laws. State list. Subjects of states. In this list, subjects are kept, which is the importance of states and local. Okay, the respective government have the jurisdiction to legislation. So here on these subject, only state can make laws, only state can interfere and all. State has power. Example, some of them are police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation, and many more. In here, agriculture is very important. On agriculture, only state can make law because agriculture is the subject of states. State list consists of 61 items, earlier 66. Uniformity is desirable but not essential on items on this list. सभी states के पास ये एरियाज हैं, दैट मीन समानता रखी गई है, लेकिन सब ही इस पर अपने अपने लॉज बनाए. इट इज नॉट एसेंशियल. Concurrent list. In this list, subjects are kept on the basis of common interest. Okay, subject of common interest to both the union and state government, and both government have jurisdictions to make laws on these. In case of any conflict, union prevails. Concurrent list consists 57, earlier 47 items. Some of them are like education, forest, trade union, marriage and divorce, and many more things. So here you can see that concurrent list, that means common interest of central and state. Both government can make laws. Now, to clarify of function of distribution, now we will discuss about Finance Commission. The Finance Commission of India came into existence in 1951. It was established under Article 28 of Indian Constitution by the President of India. It was formed to define the financial relation between central and states. क्यों इसका establishment किया गया, क्यों बनाया गया? Financial relation के लिए, किस तरह से सेंट्रल और स्टेट्स के बीच में शेयर टैक्सेस का शेयर होगा या डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा या पावर्स का किस तरह से डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा या लॉस का किस तरह से दे कैन एडजस्ट। तो इसलिए बनाया गया। कब बनाया गया, ये कब आया? 1951 में। किसने बनाया? प्रेसिडेंट ने। इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के आर्टिकल 280 के तहत बनाया इसको। ओके। द फाइनेंस कमीशन एक्ट 1951, जो फाइनेंस कमीशन एक्ट 1951 है, वो क्या क्या हमें बताता है? स्टेट्स द टर्म ऑफ क्वालिफिकेशन, अपॉइंटमेंट, डिसक्वालिफिकेशन, टर्म, एलिजिबिलिटी एंड पावर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस कमीशन। ठीक है, जो इसके मेंबर्स हों, उनकी क्वालिफिकेशन क्या हो, अपॉइंटमेंट कब किया जाए, उनको डिसक्वालीफाई कैसे करें, उनका टर्म क्या हो, उनकी एलिजिबिलिटी क्या हो, और फाइनेंस कमीशन के, स्पेशली फाइनेंस कमीशन के क्या क्या पावर्स होती हैं, ये एक्ट डिस्क्राइब करता है। As per the constitution, the commission is appointed every 5 year. Okay? Every 5 year पर ये commission अपॉइंट होता है, चेंज होता है, एंड कंसिस्ट, और इसमें एक चेयरमैन होता है और 4 अदर मेंबर्स होते हैं, एंड कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ चेयरमैन एंड 4 अदर मेंबर्स। Till date, 15 finance commission have submitted their report. अब तक 15, that means 15 finance commission हो चुके हैं। Okay. So here the brief we can see. First Finance Commission was appointed in 1951, and first chairman was K.C. Newgi, and the term was 1952-57. Second, 1956, K. Sanatham, 1957-62. Third, 1960, term 1960 to 66. Fourth, 1964, appointed in 1964, and term was 1966 to 69. Same continuous, you can see that 14th Finance Commission was appointed in 2013, and term was 2015 to 2020, and chairman was Dr. Y.V. Reddy. And 15th Finance Commission was appointed in 2017, and term is 2020-26, and chairman is Mr. N.K. Singh. So all these things are, so thank you. Hope everyone have got something from this video lecture. In next video lecture, we will discuss about in detail 14th and 15th Finance Commission. Thank you.